You don't have to be a bloody rocket scientist to see that games, and gaming as a whole, really isn't quite like it used to be. Hell, I've even made 2 videos ranting like an old out-of-touch fool all about it. But instead of focusing on the wealth of issues that I believe plagues modern gaming in this day and age, I'd like to shift my attention to a declining/dying feature of games from yesteryear that still holds a special place in my pixelated heart, as well as a slew of other older gamers. Yup, that's the couch co-op or multiplayer mode. You see, before everyone and their gosh darn dog had access to the old interweb, or even when your computer sounded like this. If you wanted to join forces with or destroy your friends and family on your favorite games, well, you'd have to get all up close and personal in one room. Shocking, I know. But since the god tier 7th generation of gaming came to an end, all hail the Xbox 360 by the way, this favourite pastime of ours seems to be a more and more scarce feature desperately missing from all our favourite titles, with the thought of adding said feature so engraved into why so many people fell in love with the medium in the first place, making modern developers and publishers heave. Well, unless they're Nintendo, that is.
God damn you all to hell!
And yes, before I continue, I would like to add that no, I am not against online play in the ruddy slightest. Having the ability to play with friends who live in far more exotic locales than me, or even being able to humiliate a close friend who only lives down the street when it gets too cold to go for a cheeky pint at the pub, is a blessing. But you just can't beat completing or completely destroying those you care apart with them ruddy next to you. So, listen and prepare yourself for another one of my drunken ancient old man rants all about how games were better back in the good old days. Well, to me anyway, as we talk about the absence of the true sofa, settee, or couch, or whatever you bloody want to call it experience.
Future's now, old man.
From playing Gauntlet on the NES with me mum, completing Total Carnage and Time Crisis 2 in the arcades with me dad, to either teaming up with me besties to wipe out all that stood in our way on Hunter the Reckoning, or just hitting them with a blue shell at the last minute to win a race in Mario Kart. Seeing the face of the person next to you while you screamed, cheered, and belittled, or maybe just gave them a crisp high five is still unrivaled compared to shouting down a mic any day of the week in my opinion.
How about a crisp high five?
Pizza, free controllers, and that extra weird controller with the special turbo button that your nan got you as a gift, and then having your bud sleep over for the night just hits so different. Even to this day, me and the boys will gather round one telly with a few crates of the golden nectar and blast out some of the classics while remembering the golden rule. No screen watching, guys, but the option to have these types of experiences is growing ever non-existent.
Think about that. That's just dumb.
Why is this though? Well, I believe it boils down to the almighty rupee. Well, mostly. You see, not only does it take a boatload of time, resources, and cash to add this feature into a game, but also it stops many studios from getting our hard-earned cash. If you travel back before online play was the norm, you could buy a game with however many controllers you needed, and just enjoy the ruddy thing for however many hours, days, weeks you saw fit. And you only needed one copy, as well people could just come over. But now, if a couple wants to play a game together, they will both need their own console, TV, and said game. Or even just consider how it was back in the day for parents buying a console and game for their kids. One console, one TV, one game, a few controllers, you all shared, took turns, etc, etc. But now how much are you going to have to fork out to make your children happy? No sharing, oh no. Make sure each kid has their own console, controller, headset, game, TV, otherwise no family fun I'm afraid. Oh, also don't forget that each child will need their own prepaid online profile while you're at it. And you best hope your broadband can cope with it all. And, well, basically that just hits the nail on the head. Local co-op or multiplayer just doesn't bring in the cash in publishers' eyes, so why bother when the exclusion of these modes will sell more games, more consoles, season passes and DLC, because if you want to play together, that's what's required. I mean, come on, having no split screen COD Zombies or Halo is just frickin' redonkulous, in my opinion. It's what made these games the household names they are now. Hell, Halo 3 managed to blend both split screen and the online world by having you and whoever was around your house to join in on all the slang and grift balling from one ruddy TV.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I get the current generation would rather socialize without socializing through the least social means possible, but personally I would rather still get the boys round, boot up a game, try not to look at each other's screens, and just have a ruddy good time. Nintendo have clearly never forgot about this utmost important aspect of a game, and this alone has almost single-handedly kept them competing with the so-called big boys in gaming. There will forever be a market for an experience that lets friends and families bond, connect, or straight up fall out over a game, while sharing the same room, in my humble yet extremely drunk opinion. Even to this day, the 64, Wii, or 360 are still played by thousands because of their multiplayer perfection. But it does feel like this all could soon come to an end. Well, when it comes to the heavy hitters at least. I mean, there's even bloody side-scrolling beat-em-ups out there that doesn't support local play. What the fuck is up with that? And it's just a goddamn shame, as the amount of games that have either swayed people into buying them from these simple modes is simply mind-boggling. Sleepovers, friendships, and some of our greatest gaming memories can all be contributed to playing our beloved games in the same room on one console with 4 controllers and our favourite people next to us. So never forget that couch co-op and multiplayer once reigned supreme. No matter how small the TV, how bad the game, experiencing a title next to someone can never be topped in my eyes, as, well, there ain't nothing better than actually seeing someone's reaction to your teabag and their lifeless body, is there? It's perfect. Right, that's my little rant over. Let me know your favourite couch, multiplayer or co-op memories down below, but more importantly, you guys stay tipsy and have a great new year.